And Uganda has gone ahead now to draft guidelines, operationalize that section 59B, for example, to define what would be legally considered a woman, youth, or PWD-owned business. In the draft guideline, they have said that if a company is owned 51% and above by any of those groups, or a group of them, or a number of them, then it qualifies in this regard. Now, in Kenya, this question is part of the problem because different laws speak to different things. So someone implementing will say, should I use the 50+1% or the 70% in another legislation? So I think there is need for harmonization of policy so that can be improved. I think the other positive thing in the case of Uganda, the draft guideline, is specifying, even in Kenya you have it, how much exactly for each of these special groups. Because if you don't specify it, one group might take for everything for the rest. So as I said, now they are saying women, 8%, youth 5%, people with disability 2%. In Tanzania, women are given 5%, the others 10% each. Women are 51% of the population there. So there is need for harmonization there. Beyond policy, so you can see that what I've talked about is mainly on the supply side, the government side. What needs to be done? Is there a policy? Is it being implemented? How is it being implemented? And what needs to be done in that regard? So in the second category of barriers is what we termed as operational capacity challenges or barriers. One of these, and they cut across the 5 countries. The first one is lack of technical capacity to interpret and prepare responsive bids. Many people women thought that they were not winning because there was some influence or collusion. But that cannot be all the time for 7 years, isn't it? Is there a problem with the way you are tendering? And in Uganda, where we support the girl from IDRC, we did some training of these groups. And we called the Uganda Revenue Authority, PPDA, the Regulator of Public Procurement, the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, and also with this association of women entrepreneurs. The other challenge is the stiff requirements to bid. You must have the relevant skills. You must have the minimum number of years and experience. You must demonstrate specific, not related contract that you have done in that particular field. You must have skilled staff and all that. Access to information, as our sister has said there, people don't know. They don't have information about government procurement opportunities. The places where advertisements are made, how they are made, was a challenge. Then there was corruption. delayed payments, among others. On policy in Tanzania, it is a requirement that if these special groups are to bid for government opportunities, they must form groups. Government has advertised maybe to buy a chair. You should look for other women businesses, and then you bid. That has elapsed before you then build trust and agree on who is going to do what and what is in for everyone. So those were some of the challenges that existed. Delayed payments in Kenya here, we saw instances of 7 years. Someone supplied 7 years down the road, they have not been paid. My colleagues were telling me yesterday who went to the field, they met someone who supplied 4 years ago. Up to now, she has not been paid. Now, while that might be the case for everyone, but it's not the case for everyone, those who have limited capital, those who have less means to wait as they do other tenders suffer. And as Diana has said, some of their businesses have collapsed, but unfortunately also we say some of them have lost their lives out of like harassment from financing institutions and the rest. Then there's also sexualization of contracts. The gender perceptions and roles. In some places, it's not yet okay. Women are perceived that they should not, they cannot manage complex things as doing government with government. They cannot be trusted to do contracts with government, so they need to wait a little bit. And then also, as a result of this, the study finds that across the countries, that women are participating in low. Okay, the level of participation is very low across the board, but where it is happening, they are participating in low value contracts. And as a result, there is no graduation from small to medium to large. So they keep rotating like this. If there are those who have graduated, there are very few. Number two is that the participation is concentrated in large cities and urban areas, or counties and governments. But as you go rural, the participation becomes less and less and less. The number of women participating becomes thinner and thinner and thinner. So those are some of the things that we find across different countries. The positive thing is that there is political will